And we're back with some more oxygen not included on Rime. Rime, not Oasis, definitely Rime. We can tell it's Rime because of the massively chilly temperature. Last episode, we've got a bunch of stuff done, but this episode, we're still trying to knock out all the achievements. We want to get them all done by cycle 365. For the time being, I'm trying to put together sort of an electrolyzer that doesn't need as many gas pumps to work, so we can just siphon off the hydrogen. We're just trying to get hydrogen out of that. We don't even care about the oxygen. And over here, we're trying to get our next rocket up and running. This is going to be a petroleum rocket, but we want to try and get it started to be built because you can't queue these up. So we want to get this started and have it all built so that we can cut out chunks and replace them with the petroleum parts. Now, this steam rocket should hopefully be back in a short while. How much time have we got left on that star map? Oh, yeah, it's 7% out. We've got 2.5 cycles left to go. Oh, and at the same time, we are continuing to analyze their destinations out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more planetoids to examine, and we should have a view of the rift. Anyway, I'm going to skip this forward a bit while I put in all this power infrastructure and a few bits and bobs so we can get ourselves up and running with some extra energy. So I was busy making this rocket, and I decided I'm going to make a second rocket, and I'm probably going to put in a third rocket now that I think about it. This had turned on at some point. I'd queued up all the buildings and then forgotten about it. So this is on now, and if I check the gas, it seems to be sort of working, I think. That's actually doing its job. A little bit of oxygen is still coming out, though. How's the oxygen getting in there? You know what? Yeah, I should probably block off this bottom layer. That's where the oxygen's getting in. But barring that, I think this has worked out quite nicely. Yeah, I think I'll just get rid of the backing plates here, and this should be good. And there we go. A bottomless electrolyzer. This is a Rodriguez without a bottom, I suppose. And it works. Apparently, so far. Okay, I haven't stress tested it over a long period of time, but I think, yeah, that's going to give us a decent amount of energy. Okay, so let's take shameless advantage of this decent amount of energy and start putting in some more infrastructure. And, oh, the rocket just landed. Excellent. Yeah, it's time I started putting more modules on this as well, and I'm going to have to reconfigure this rocket for cargo missions. There's going to be a lot going on here in the next few minutes. While doing all this prep work and queuing everything up that I needed queued up, it dawned on me I was going to need to put in some additional infrastructure. Since I'm currently researching petroleum rockets. Once the petroleum rockets are researched, I'm going to be switching these over to petroleum with Oxylite. So I'm going to need to put in an Oxylite setup, which is going to require oxygen, which made me think, whoa, maybe I should have taken some of that oxygen. But then I thought, wait, no. I have this pipe of oxygen coming up from the bottom of my base, and whoa, why is there no oxygen in it? Which led me all the way down here to realize, yes, my oxygen has stopped flowing. Why has my oxygen stopped flowing when I have so much hydrogen? There should be power. Plenty of power. And it all comes back to this battery. This battery is flooded. Oh, wait, no. Now it started. That water has unflooded it. So the battery was flooded. And because the battery was flooded, yeah, this all shut down. That was awkward. Well, it's managed to unflood now, possibly because some mopping got done. Oh, yeah, that might explain also. Maybe if that was happening intermittently, that's what's causing my these suits up here to glitch out occasionally. Damn. Okay. And why have those docks not been filled? You know what? Were you going to make those priority 7s? I want those docks filled just to make sure that no one gets trapped in there. Yeah, we're about to have some awkward problems with oxygen flow for a wee bit. Anyway, that's that all done. I'm going to have to build an Oxylite setup so that I can pump oxygen into, or get Oxylite into these rockets, and I want to do it somewhere close by. I'm thinking we're going to stick in an Oxylite setup right here. But at the same time, I also need to put in an overflow for this. If this backs up, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think I'm just going to leave in the gas filter. You know what? I'll just leave in the gas filter. If it backs up, it backs up. I don't care. Water is not going to be a problem for a while. For a while. I'm going to put my refinement over here as well so I can dump some heat into this water, because there's going to be a lot more free power up this half of the map now. In fact, now that we've got power flowing in here, I think I'm going to connect this to the grid, and I'm going to take some of the load off the bottom half of my grid because I keep getting overloads down here. But I'll queue up some of this, and then we'll cut back in because there's a lot of small little niggly things that I need to take care of. So the first thing I did was I connected this transformer up to the grid. So this is sort of my main grid. It's connected all the way down to my base. So now these power generators are going to feed this, and then I split the grid right down here. I'm going to split it right here just above the power generators. This means these power generators down here will only feed everything in the bottom half of the map. So that consists of the water pump for the electrolyzer, the desalinator, my plastic presses and my petroleum oil refinery. That should hopefully reduce the amount of overloads that I get, which would be nice. It's just it causes a lot of small little repair issues that are kind of heavily important. At the same time, I now have to put in... Ooh, yeah, I'm going to have to power that up. 1 second. Changed my mind on getting that done in time. I decided getting up my Oxylite refinery was, well, far more important. I need that as soon as possible. Now, one thing, I'm going to have to get rid of this as well. That's got to go. Yes, that will slow down oxygen production for just a bit, but instead I'm going to put in a breakpoint here so that we can get some overflow. I just want to take the overflow oxygen, and we'll have that flow into our Oxylite refineries. This is just such a mess. Everything feels so slapdash and stuck together. Kind of, well, I kind of like it, to be honest. There's less worrying about perfection and more worrying about just getting it to work and hoping and praying it doesn't break down. That can go in there, and oh yeah, I finally want to deconstruct the last of this. You know what? This can all go. We'll go with the deconstruct all and a lot of it. All of you gone, and we'll put in some ladders. Oh wait, no, what am I doing? No. I am doing that all wrong. We want to deconstruct all, and we'll just go like that. Yeah, much better. That should get rid of most of it. This will be our Oxylite. I'm going to keep it... I'm going to put some water in there, I think, to submerge those. So we'll maybe mop those up, and then stick in some sort of water collection right here. Dump some water in there, and we should be sorted. Oh, another thing I had to do is I had to get rid of the plastic ladders I'd queued up, just because I needed the plastic to make those Oxylite refineries. Yeah, turns out you can't make them without... you can't make the Oxylite refineries without plastic. I had no idea that was a thing, to be honest. I suppose the reason I didn't know that was... Well, I've never got to this point and actually been struggling for plastic. Well, I suppose it's only cycle 151. But now I suppose that that's done, we can queue up a whole bunch more. Why won't it let me? This is weird. Before it would let me queue up ladders, even though I didn't have the... there we go. You can't queue them up if you don't have the materials, but if you don't have the materials and you select something that already exists in press B, it will allow you to queue it up even if you don't have the materials to make it. For example, I can't place an Oxylite refinery now because if we just go to refinement... Yeah, oh, no, okay, that is the wrong one. If we go to Oxylite refinery, it won't let me because I don't have the materials to make it. However, if I select one that's already in existence, I can now place one. Even though it tells me there's not enough materials. Handy to know, handy to know. Anyway, we're going to get that started, and I'm going to make one other change as well. I think I found a reason to have more than one researcher. Right now, I'm trying to research petroleum rockets, but there's only one researcher, and there's quite a bit of research to go around. So I think what I'm going to do is get some other people in on the action. So if we go into our skills here, I've checked out, and Beast has 10 science. So I think we're going to get Beast in on that. There's several others that have 6, so I think I'm going to take Beast and Iron Man, and that should give me 3 duplicants that can take care of 3 duplicants that can take care of science all at the same time, and we should hopefully knock that out a bit quicker. It won't be a huge difference because I still don't have the Oxylite to fill the rockets just yet, but at least I can start configuring the rockets and getting them all the way I want them. One of the joyous things here, I tried to put some water in here. Didn't work out so well. It turns out the water just instantly froze solid. Maybe not great. So maybe I should switch it over to something less likely to freeze, perhaps. I'm also going to put in some insulated tiles. But now I'm thinking maybe I should just throw in some crude oil. That would probably be the simplest fix. It's a long journey, but I think if I just put in crude oil instead, that would make my life simpler. There we go. Oh, as well as that, when you do switch things like this, be sure to make sure you disable and enable auto bottle. That setting doesn't seem to copy over quite well. I don't know why. It just, it never does for me. So if you're doing that yourself, maybe copy it over, and oh, crud, that's broken open a piece of that. You know what? Let's put in a brick there. That will stop that. Boom. Yeah, it's just, that's going to allow even more gas to escape. I know I'm letting some escape through here already, but there's no point going too crazy. Anyway, yeah, this whole place is a mess. I'm going to get that done. The rockets have been cut up and are ready for... Ooh, you can go there. You can also be... Oh, get rid of that. I'm going to have to move that down a bit, so we'll deconstruct it. And I'll move it down here so that my duplicants can get on board. This is going to be cut up and turned into a cargo rocket. That's why there's all the holes cut out of them. I'm still just waiting on the research to hit. And who has unreachable food? Oh. Buggery. Yeah, these... Yeah, we're going to cut that out. That should instantly get you out of there. There we go. Boom. Whew. Okay. Yeah, there's just so much stuff going on all at the same time. I've also extended the gas storage out here. I want to make sure I have plenty of gas storage for this hydrogen because it's accumulating at a ridiculous rate. If you're struggling to get the super sustainable achievement, I heartily recommend going for this. Just, yeah, this works. I may have to pay for that gas filter, but I don't care. I'm not even sure I need to pay for the gas filter, but I'm going to do it for now. Once these are up and running, I have 2 Oxylite refineries running right now. 2 of them. That's 2.4 kilowatts of draw. And what's this set to? You should be set to level 9. You know what? I'm going to need to keep these overclocked as much as possible. We've still got to store up about 2 tons of hydrogen for the liquid hydrogen we're going to need later on. Though yes, still getting ahead of myself. And why are you in the telescope? You guys should be researching and doing nothing but that. One moment. If we go back here, who's in this? Whose errand is it? Iron Man? No. Wait, is there someone in there? I think there's actually someone in there right now. Never mind. Since that's the only one left on the research trail, though, I think I'm going to get everyone else out of research and let our Bruce get back on that one. It's pretty simple. All we'll just do is go back into priorities, find, get rid of Beast. No more researching for you, Beast. I'm afraid you're out of there. And we'll also get rid of Iron Man. The reason I picked Iron Man, even though several of them had 6 in research, was because, well, it's Iron Man. Why not? Anyway, I'll skip this forward a bit until we get the rest of this in place. I need to get the Oxylite being produced and I need to get the research for those rockets finished. Well, all this has been going on. I mean, I think how many cycles have passed since the start of this? I think we started at 47, so yeah, it's been 8 cycles. There's so much that happens so quickly at this point. Okay, we'll dig out that so that duplicates can get in and out of there. Oh, and a vole has vomited up on top of my telescope. You better not overheat that. You know what? We are going to make that a priority 9 dig. I need that dug out like right now, like before it overheats. Did it work? Did it work? Yes. Telescope is fine. Perfect. We're still waiting on the research. The research is so close. Just 4 more points, and then we can start digging into that. At the same point, I also have to get petroleum up here. So there is a pipe running. Well, there's a pipe queued up to go up to this tank, which goes all the way down. Excuse the pan and zoom a bit, but it goes all the way down here, straight through the center of the base, and all the way back down here to this. What I'm going to try and do is have the petroleum flow through here and out the other side. It's just going to pass through my 2 plastic presses. I want the plastic presses to still keep running, at least for now. I've almost got enough plastic. Research complete. Excellent. What that means is we can now start putting these together properly. You can deconstruct that, but yeah, let's get our rocketry on. For you, we are going to want a petroleum engine right there. We're also going to want a petroleum engine right there. Liquid fuel tank. Actually, you know what? We are going to put the solid oxidizers in first. Reason being solid oxidizers, I want them to be as close to down here as possible because some will be dropped. It's just going to happen. You can go there. You can go there. Perfect. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 research modules. Yeah, as you can see, I've been constructing it this way so I can sort of slip them together when the time comes. That can go as well. We can replace you with a liquid oxidizer. And no, we want another research module on top of that. Actually, you know what? Just to save time, we'll put liquid there. I'll put the solid oxidizer down here somewhere. Whew. Okay, piece of advice when you're putting down solid oxidizers. Don't put in one of the gantries first. If I put in a gantry, if I have a gantry in there, then my dupes can immediately start filling that with solid oxylite, which is bad because it's set to hold 2,700 kilos of the stuff by default. You want to build it via some cruddy ladders, set it to what you want it to, and then put in the gantry. Otherwise, you might accidentally fill it up with more than you were anticipating. As well as that, we've marked. I like that so much. When you go in and have a look here, it now automatically ticks all of those off and they're not stuck around for ages. That's so nice. We've got all of that done. Everything's ready on that front. Time to start hooking this up. Well, once that pipe is finished and I've got petroleum flowing. Oh, wait, no. I need to put an insulated pipe here, don't I? Right. Started the plumbing in there. The petroleum is going to come up through here. There it's going to split. One half of it's going to go up here to fuel this rocket. The rest of it's going to go across here to fuel these 2 rockets. And I'm going to have to do some fun stuff with gantries to try and get all of those done. Solid oxidizer, you need to go there. Oh, man, this is just so much rocketry stuff. Once those 3 are in place, I can rip out those 2 research modules and replace them with cargo, and I also need to put a command capsule on top, which means I'm going to need to put a gantry right about there. So yeah, you 2 need to go as well. Yeah, so much to do, not enough time. After much effort, we've got about 1,400 kilos of oxalate there, 650 kilos there. We have assigned Dr. Bain to the command capsule, and let's hope he shows up at some point. Seriously? Where's the errands? Is he in? No, he's not in, is he? Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I'll figure it out later. But we've got it fueled up. The only thing missing is the Oxylite, so we'll make that errand a little bit of a high priority. Once it's loaded up, I've already set it to 569 kilos. This rocket over here is going to be slightly differently configured. The reason this one's going to be slightly differently configured, or have a slightly different configuration, is it's going to go to further planets. I have to get all the way out to, where is it? This one. So I need to get this planet analyzed and all of these. However, the current rocket configuration, the smaller one can only hit the 2 and 3K planets. So the larger one is going to go to the outside ones, and they'll meet somewhere in the middle. I'll probably have to reconfigure one of them in a bit. But as long as we start researching, that's all that counts. We don't have access to cargo modules yet. So I need to get cargo modules up and running too. So I need to get as much research back as I possibly can. It'll only take 1 run to get the 200 necessary, so the closest planetary one will bring it back. This one here, which should be ready to launch the moment Dr. Bain shows up. Hold on while I do some checking. So I set it to an emergency yellow priority and walked them up right beside it, assigned them and unassigned them, and eventually they decided to get into the rocket. It's been really awkward getting them in these days. Now, on the bright side, I've also got a bug with the solid oxidizer tank because it's loaded up with 2,273 kilos. Yeah, this is problematic. The reason this is problematic is that when I drop it out, it's going to drop on the ground and a whole bunch of it's going to evaporate into space. So hopefully that'll help slow it down just a little bit. We'll make those a high priority. And I can't launch the rocket now until that's done. And I can't empty that until, why? Why are they doing that? I set it to 569. Oh, look, you're going to keep dropping off more. 8 grams at a time. That's, we'll set it to 568. Then we'll change it to 569. Now will you stop? Please tell me you're going to stop. Oh, you've dropped the Oxylite out. That's amazing. Yeah, let's get that to be swept, and let's make that an emergency priority. Because if you'll see there, it's rapidly evaporating into the vacuum of space. Come on, we're losing kilos by the second. Come on, so anyone want to have a go at that? No? Oh, it's so... You know what? I'm going to reload the game, so hopefully this bug goes away. This is very frustrating. So we will save right now, and we'll come back in a few moments. After a quick reload, these displays have reset themselves. I've set this to 570. Let's put that back to 69. Oh, come on, pick it up, bring it back, sort everything out. Okay, close enough. I don't think we can launch, though, currently, with what we've got in there. Oh, yeah, I forgot about those. I don't need those anymore, do I? You know what? Don't care. Let him finish it off. Have you emptied that? No. We're going to fetch you to 568. On pause for a second. Then we're going to set it back to 69. And hopefully, they'll just empty out the required amount. And we can move on. Oh, I disabled that enable building. Yep, I accidentally disabled that. You can happen when you press enter. Okay, once that's done, we need to set up this one also. That needs to go. Priority 6s. Let's get that all done, people. Or duplicates. Yes, and we've got the plumbing going across, do we? Oh, excellent. That's set to 900 and has already been filled. And, I never set that tank, did I? Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't put in this, whatchamacallit, gantry just yet, because I'm going to need... to set that tank settings. Set the tank settings. No, I mean, I need to set how much fuel we're bringing with us. 494 kilos plus 900 kilos here will equal 1,394, and there was a giant meteor that hopefully missed my duplicates. It's fine. It's all good. Now, are you ready to launch yet? Oh, come on, duplicates. Just empty out the little bit of excess. It can't be that hard. I'll set the priority on this to be something like crazy, like level 9. Actually, you know what? Let's make that an emergency. Is anyone going to look at it? Is number 12 on Hawkeye's to-do list. How can that be number 12? I've set it to the highest priority possible. Oh my god. This game does not want to let me launch this rocket. I mean, it's been, I think, 11 cycles since I started this video, and still I haven't managed to launch a petroleum rocket. This is going a lot slower. I would say slower than anticipated, but honestly, this playthrough has been going faster than I anticipated, so I'm not going to complain. I'm going to do some fiddling around with the settings, and hopefully I can improve this errands amount by a bit. Yeah, I can't figure out why this won't change. For some reason, I even changed the priorities for people. I reloaded the game. No one wants to come and empty this. They do have access to it, so I don't know what's going on. So, simplest thing to do. Let's just do the, what is it, 588.9? So, we'll just change this to 588.9. Wait, no, don't get to point. 588. Yeah, we'll make that 588. Problem solved. Astronaut on board. Select a destination. Problem solved. And we shall launch mission. Definitely rocket going to there. Good. Problem solved. We will, of course, blow up all of these. Don't care. We'll deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. We might want to leave that in place at some point. You know what? We can deconstruct that as well. We don't need it. Finally, we now have that rocket on the way to there, so that'll give us some more research so we can get cargo modules. What have we got here? We've got... This one has a Abyssylite? Oh, wow. So we got a Abyssylite and fullerene. The fullerene I can live with. That's all we really need. We don't really need the space materials or anything like that. Anyway, next up, I want to get this rocket prepped and ready for launch. Hopefully we have enough oxylite that didn't evaporate into space that we can fill this one up. What do we need? 1394 and that one there. You know what? Let's fill this sucker up right now, and I'm going to have to pick someone to get skill scrubbed. Who are we going to skill scrub to go on this mission? And the winner is Quicksilver. Quicksilver gets to go there because Quicksilver... Yeah, Quicksilver has skills here that allow them to get a little bit of a discount to rocket piloting, and they're not really anything too essential for the survival of the base. So, skill scrub time for them. They can hop into the skill scrubbing machine, and we'll set that to priority 9 for them so they show up, hopefully... Yeah, that's their current errand. Hop in and get scrubbed, buddy. We'll deal with you later. Hydrogen here is starting to back up. That's good, especially considering that the oil refinery is running, and we've got 2 plastic presses running. This is going... No. Not going to say anything nice. It's going okay. Nothing's gone horribly wrong. And in the meantime, I've been slowly shifting these all over to igneous rock, though I probably need to stop everyone building for a while so I can catch up on the backlog of stuff I should be doing. What are these on? Sedimentary? I don't even know if there's any hatches left in here who are not stone hatches. Oh, why are you all standing in the exact same spot? You're just making it harder for me. Yeah, no, as far as I can tell, they're all stone hatches that are left in there, so we're going to switch all these over to igneous too. And done. Just copy-pasted from the ones above them. The sedimentary rock will lie on the ground. We'll get around to it later. Oh, all our iron ore is still going down here, though, yeah, it's too low priority for anyone to get around to it. I should really have set these to 6s. I don't want those to starve, and you know what? It is giving me food. I do need the food, so yeah, we'll leave those in queues, though. And honestly, I have all of my dupes running flat out doing everything. Nothing's getting done on time. There's loads of repair jobs that are not getting done. Oh, and I love this... This little method of putting up a shield is just using mafic rock, because mafic rock is so plentiful you can just throw it up and not care. And eventually the regolith will form a protective layer on top of it. Is it perfect? No. Does it give you a shield where you don't need lots and lots of steel? Yes, it does. Which reminds me, I need to demolish this. These can be demolished for steel. Deconstruct. What are you? Yeah, there's 400 kilos of steel. So that's 4, 8. We demolish the door there. Yeah, 12, 16, so we can grab these as well. We'll grab you. Oh, that's messy. But we can also grab that one. And that will give us a nice little injection of steel. How much steel do we have? Build. We've got 7 tons. You know what? We have plenty of steel. I think it's time to build another rocket. I think we can manage that. Quicksilver has become a blank slate, so they're about to become our next rocket pilot. They can... You know what? They can hop on board right now, since they're the only one available to do it. Well, welcome on board, Quicksilver. Oh, almost forgot something crucial right there. Forgot to give you a hat. Can't go into space without a hat. Rocket navigation it is. That will speed up your journey also. That can go. Is this filled up? Yeah, that's all full. That's just when I reloaded the game, those dials on the side don't kick in so well. This has got to be filled, but once that's filled, we should be good to take off. I'm going to chop this section down here, and we're going to put in another rocket as well. I want to scout as quickly as I can. I've never built this many scout ships before, or research ships before. This got filled pretty much instantly, and no one overfilled it or did anything too crazy. Combined with these two being done, I think we can just straight launch this. Yeah, we can. Straight to the organic mass. That just seems ridiculously easy considering the difficulties we had with the other one. Yeah, we're going to shatter a bunch of gantries. We don't care. We're just going to deconstruct them anyway. The reason I want to deconstruct these gantries while they're gone is when it does come back, I don't want them filling this. I don't want them filling this tank full of oxylite because it's not going to require this much oxylite. The next research trip it does is going to be to one of these planets, so we're going to want to scale it back. I'm also going to leave the liquid one in place. I'm going to leave that one there because I'm going to have to scale back the amount of petroleum also. This one I don't care about so much. That one's going to get increased in length, so I probably should have left those in. Anyway, next rocket, I think. Just lots and lots of rockets. This will be my third research rocket, and I'm thinking I might just build a fourth. The reason being, I need to explore 8 more planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could do that a lot faster with 4 rockets. I'm not sure my researchers will be able to keep up with all the incoming data, but it should be fine. And as for researching these, I've only got, 3 more planets to go. I can research this, and this, and then I'll be out to the last one so we can... Well, once we do that, we should hopefully have the fullerene necessary to get supercoolant up and running and start liquefying... Where did that come from? You know what? Don't care. We can start liquefying hydrogen, oxygen, that kind of stuff. Anyway, down here, I've also got something else going on. I've hooking up the metal refinery down here. I remembered that I'm not using decor for any of my morale purposes, so there's no decor going on in this base because decor takes time and effort, and you have to clean up large swaths of the map. Or, well, I would have to clean up my base. My base is an absolute shambles that looks like a nightmare. So I would have to clean all of this up. That's not happening. We don't have time to do all of that. So instead, I'm just going to start running heavy wire around the place, which I should have done from the start. That would have saved me an awful lot of time. We're going to get glass forge down here so we can get glass glowing on. I want to throw down maybe a few solar panels to help me get super sustainable. At the same time, I'm going to throw this metal refinery down over here so I can start refining more steel. Though I'm not even sure I need it anymore. Though I do just want to spend the power. I have a lot of hydrogen here that it needs to get turned into electricity so I can get the super sustainable achievement. Then I can start stockpiling hydrogen to turn into liquid hydrogen so that we can get the final rocket out to the tear. I don't think I've ever had this many rockets at cycle 161. Yeah, I'm going to put in another one over here. 4 research rockets is as far as I'm going. I think even for me, that's just getting beyond the reliable level, or not, the sanity level, I suppose, at that point. What size do we want to make this rocket? I think we want to make this the same as the other one. I should have stuck in another liquid one. Damn it, that's the wrong one. You can go. I need to stick on 2 fuel tanks on this sucker. The reason being, I want to send this out to the further away planets as well. I have 1 going to the closer, and I'm going to send 2 to the furthest away, and then another 1 to the closer. There's 4 planets each I want to get, and the closer ones I should... Let me say that again more clearly. These 4 planets here, I want to have 2 rockets going to there. These 4 planets here, I want to have 2 rockets set up to them. These ones are going to take the longest to get done because they're the furthest distance, so I'm going to get 2 rockets configured for that as quickly as possible, and that's what this rocket is going to be. So that means this one needs a second fuel tank, and I'm also going to need to start setting the configuration on this. You know what, we'll set you to 0 for now because I don't want you putting anything else in there. And that fuel tank, I am going to have to plumb that up, aren't I? You know what? Should be just as simple as that. One of my rockets has come back, the one that headed out to this ring, the 2K ring. So now we know what's there, which is great. But we want to reconfigure that and send it straight back out to the 3K ring. So I've reconfigured it to take the correct amount of resources to get it to the 3K ring. There's only 3 planets in the 3K ring, and that's it. Once I have those 3 scouted, that will be the retirement of all the ships for that range. And ships for that range, I mean ones that have 1 solid oxidizer and 1 liquid fuel tank. They can only get out as far as the 3K ring. They can't go any further. They'd need a second fuel tank if they want to get out to the 4K ring. This rocket here, the one that's launched, that one can get to the 4K ring already, and this one here will also be configured for the 4K ring. And this last one will be going out to the 3K ring, just so we can hammer out everything as quickly as possible. I almost feel like I'm going overboard on getting all the rockets, but then again, I don't feel like I'm quite going overboard. I think I really do need these as quickly as I can, just so I can get them all researched. Oh, and since that rocket has come back, that means research has been progressing on solid cargo. So once solid cargo comes in, we can stick in a couple of cargo modules here, and we can start getting our hands on some fullerene. And we'll also need another astronaut. Oh, and once that's built, we want to make that a 7. Once that's built, we'll also have reasons to get another astronaut out as well. Yeah, we're going to need way more astronauts. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice, though, just to stop and take a second to appreciate the sheer chaos that is this. There's so many pieces of broken ladder everywhere because I just don't have time to stop and fix them. There's just no time to stop and take a breath. At the same time, we're accumulating so much hydrogen, I can't burn it off fast enough. I've got a metal refinery running, 2 oxylite refineries. Is that oxylite refinery overheating? Yeah, I think... Wait, why is it damaged? Did I put in the wrong materials? You know what? I don't know why. I don't care. So long as it's still running for now, that will be okay. At the same point, I'm going to try and hook up a liquid pump here, and I'm going to use that to top up this water over here. So I'm going to pump water out of here. Oh, that needs to be finished as well. And I'm going to start transferring water from this tank over to this tank, because right now, this is generating me so much hydrogen, it's amazing. I'm still going to need to fill pretty much, I think I worked it all the way, all these hydrogen tanks back to here will give me enough hydrogen to make the final rocket. The final rocket, the one that goes out to the tear, will require this many tanks of liquid hydrogen, roughly. So I've put in a few extra just to be safe, and also this is starting to back up. I've also stuck on an extra glass forge, so I have something else that's drawing more power. Yes, there's a lot going on. How much glass do I have at the moment? 425 kilos of glass. Perfect. We still have about 8 tons of steel. I think steel is going quite well. I could probably turn that off, but you know what? I sort of want to generate the... Wow, there's a lot of heat in there. I sort of do want to generate the heat, and I do want to generate the... or burn off the power. The reason being burning off that power is what's helping us get the super sustainable achievement. Where is it? Yeah, super sustainable. We're at 187 of 240. So we're getting there a lot faster. And in fact, if we check out the colony summary, average power produced has gone way up since we introduced that second electrolyzer. Average power wasted... You know what? I'm going to have to start wasting some more power, I think. Once we get super sustainable knocked out, we can start using coal and supplementing all our power supplies with coal. It's going to allow us to go a little bit crazier. Oh, is this finished? Yes, I got to stop yakking. Less yakking and more launching of rockets. You've already scouted that planet, so that gives us one of these 3. Satellite, I think, will be the mission of choice. Yeah, there's no one going there, and we just want the science anyway. So that's another rocket launched. And why do I have 2 more that have launch options on them? You know what? Don't care. That one's launched. This one. Yes, we need to get another... Oh my god, we need another rocketeer. One moment. For our next rocketeer, we will be using Jessica Jones. It's just she's got about the right amount of points, so I can stick her into rocket navigation and it won't affect the colony. It's the least impact to the colony. I've also realized I'm probably going to need to get my hands on another one very soon, so I'm going to have to start doing... I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to have 5 dupes not working in the colony. That's going to make things a little bit tighter. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Sometimes this game just throws fun stuff at you. For example, entombing your cool steam vent in Regolith and causing a massive sloshing of water everywhere. Just random stuff that happens. Just random stuff. It all fell through that hole in the bottom of the rocket silo. Yeah, I'm making the bottom of my rocket silos out of mafic rock, which will melt, unfortunately, under the exhaust. But I've ran out of obsidian. How much obsidian do I have left? I think I've got, 4 tons of the stuff? I actually ran out there at one point. Only some additional mining has gotten me more. I have managed to burn through all my obsidian. That is unusual. I haven't even done any work with volcanoes. It's just a case of I've been using it for ladders around here. And I think it just ran out because of the repair bills. So I've started having to use igneous rock over here just so I can finish the ladder system. And I need another one of these. Please pardon the yellow alert. I currently have Dr. Strange going to the skill scrubber, and unless I put it on yellow alert, they won't go there. I had to do the same thing with Jessica, but Jessica has been skill scrubbed, reskilled as an astronaut, and has been assigned the correct hat, of course. And there you can see her, and they're all skilled up, ready to go. Time to assign a star map destination, and why is that not... Okay, someone's missing something. Fuel. Yeah, that would be a thing. You know what? Let's fuel everyone up. Lo and behold, it was fueled exactly correctly, so that's excellent. We've got enough fuel. We should be immediately able to send them off. And, research is complete. We've got cargo bays. That means we've only got 3 more researches to complete, and that means we'll have finished at the tech tree. That will also give us access to biological cargo bays, which will get us gassy moves, which will allow us to get queue out another. That will allow us to knock out another achievement. Actually, that will allow us to knock out 2 achievements with gassy moves. Nope, getting ahead of myself. Time to send Jessica off to her destination. Let's see. Okay, she's scheduled for a level 4 planet, so we will go to, we're going to start on our right, work our way to the left. Whew. Okay, so that's more research coming in. And that just leaves this rocket. This rocket's configured. Once Dr. Strange is done, this is almost fueled up and ready to go. You know what? Let's skip this forward a bit. Paging Dr. Strange. Dr. Strange to the command capsule. Dr. Strange. Okay, they should be along shortly. At the same time, I've got that queued up, the correct amount of fuel on board. Yeah, you should be going straight out to the 3K ring. We've also got a couple of cargo modules. You should be set to 7s. I want you completed sooner rather than later. We want fullerene going. Okay, you're in. Missing an atmosuit. How are we missing an atmosuit, people? Come on. Who's got it? Okay, there we go. Thank you kindly, Beast. You are a star. Okay, that gets us everything we need. And launch time. Wait, no. No. You're supposed to be going to the 3K ring. What is going on here? Yes, I overloaded this, didn't I? What happens there is that was set to 900 kilos when I first built it, and it accidentally filled full of petroleum. I'll make this an emergency and get this done. The Flash managed to empty out the excess in the tank. We should now have the correct amount of fuel. Just so you're aware, you need an equal amount of oxidizer to fuel. And if you have too much oxidizer or too much fuel, that essentially acts as dead weight, which will slow you down. So if you have 1 kilo more oxylite than you need, it's actually going to slow down your rocket, not help you get a little bit further or decrease the range. So that's why that was hurting us there. Now, we have 1 rocket already going to there. I believe that's Jessica on their way to there. We got the rocky asteroid out of the way. That's that one. That means the only planets we've got left to scout are 3. We've got 3 more scouting missions to go. And that will be all the research we need. At the same time, we're still researching the rift at the end, but unfortunately I only have 1 researcher. I might want to stick on 2, but I currently only want to leave it on 1, so I'm guaranteed that only my proper researcher is researching this. You know what? Let's get cryofuel on the way, just so we can start getting into hydrogen rockets. Whew. And I'm going to start queuing up some more researchers. You know what? Yeah, we can queue up some more researchers as well. I don't know. I'm going to cut this out here. I'm a little bit over the 30-minute mark. When we come back, we're going to be, getting in some cargo modules so we can get some more fullerene, get fullerene in the first place. I'm going to finish off those tanks so we can store up some more hydrogen. I might set up a second steel refinery because I'm going to need a lot of steel for the statue for one of the achievements. I'm going to have to slow down at some point and finish off all the infrastructure. There's a load of power wires that need to be done. Oh, and is that working now? That is it? Yeah, I wanted this water sent across. This water is being very, very, very helpful. It's going to help cool down this area, and it's also going to help give me more water to work with. I need to keep this running flat out. Anyway, oh no, I'm getting distracted again. Anyway, I'll give one last quick overview of the temperatures on the map. As you can see, still not too bad. We're doing pretty good. At the same time, we're still working on, I don't think we've got that many achievements this round. The problem is most of them are tied up in very, very late game stuff. For example, the Great Escape is the end of them. I have to get a rocket to the end of the map. That's going to be a little bit difficult. Home Sweet Home requires me to get to Cycle 200 and build a Great Monument. I wonder if I can get that by Cycle 200, though I'd need to build a Great Monument, which costs about 17.5 tons of steel, so I'd probably have to demolish most of my rockets, but whatever. Unlock every item in the research tree. We're getting all the research for that now. Have 8 duplicants wear non-default clothing. We've got 5 of them, actually. I found some random clothes around the map. I should just build the last 3 and be done with that one. Critter Whisperer, all we need is a shovel and a gassy moo. That's, okay, we'll be getting that once we get access to cargo modules. Moving on up, that requires us to get a gassy moo. Reduce the temperature of building to 6K. That was going to be when we make liquid oxygen and hydrogen. Super sustainable. We're so close on that one. We're going to knock that out in the next episode, I believe. Totally tubular. I'm going to do that once I've knocked out super sustainable. That's going to be getting dupes into transit tubes. Get a room, build at least one of the following rooms. I can knock this out whenever. There's no rush on that one, to be honest. 1 year to be exact. Nothing we can do about that one. Bed and bath. That one's bugged. I'll put a link in the description to where Clay have a link on that one. They say it's patched in the next update. Okay. Auto supers outperform duplicants. This one, I'm going to need to let my duplicants stock up all the containers, and then let the auto sweepers do the rest for at least 5 cycles. That should be fine. And this one, I think now that we're down to 16 dupes, this is going to get done. This might actually work out. Huh. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this achievement hunting run, and good luck.